rate seems to be pretty good.
Don't even see where mine.
Yeah, this thing is killing. Oh, if I go ultra fast, that's way good. Alright, I think we should be good with that. Alright. So that seemed to fix the lag going to ultra fast. So I tried to use the belt, the conveyor belts,
Okay.
to load lime off the ground, and they wouldn't load lime, so I had to go get a telehandler here. But what's the point of having a belt system when you can't even unload stuff off the ground?
Oh, but it's only for silage and whatever else they let you use.
But in the XML it says bulk.
Oh, does it really?
Yeah,
You can use it for seeds and fert too.
So it should load everything. Oh yeah, this is way nicer with the ultra fast. Pretty sure that was my issue this whole time. I'm not sure if you're supposed to put lime down before you harvest, but gotta do what you gotta do.
Dusty, who else is on with you?
Brian and Chad.
I got this mouse on Christmas, and I'm just now finding out that it lights up.
Andrew, my water planes, it used to be you needed to have separate water planes, like with 15 and 17, because it went with the lowest one. That was your real water. Now, things have kind of changed. I still think you can use multiple. I have multiple water planes, but my lowest plane is the size of my map. It's the entire thing. Plus, it extends out past the boundaries, and that's solved a lot of the frame grab issues. Having your main water plane extending past the border of the map, at least on the east side. That solves a lot of issues. And a lot of those water planes are simple planes that you can generate in GE, or you can use it in Blender. It's not an exact science.
Dusty, you think the Google Sheets thing will work okay?
Yep, it'll be fine. Um, did you message Shane the info?
He never messaged me, and I don't see where he went now.
He's down in the other channel. If you want to go down and help him.
Okay.
Oh, bless. Excuse me.
Bless you. You sick?
No, I just got done being sick. Thank God.
Jeez.
I was sick over Christmas. Pretty sure I gave it to my entire family.
How was Wisconsin?
It was good. It was mostly a business trip, but got to see the family as well, so that's always nice.
Ooh, starting your own office in Wisconsin, are you?
Yeah, looking to buy out a guy. He's looking to retire, so numbers are good.
Very cool.
Very expensive.
Oh, of course. You'll make the money back, though.
Yeah. You have to. They only give you about 7 years to pay it back. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Business loans, the banks are pretty
Tight.
They don't charge you anything in interest. It's like 5%. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so 19 can be a very exciting year. Jake, we're in Discord there, buddy.
He's here too.
Is he?
I don't want the Discord setting.
There
Those
he is.
fucking mods.
Mod whore.
You want to move us, Jake? Please?
What the fuck? You're in playing with Joe and I'm not?
Yeah, I'm playing with Joe. What are you talking about?
Oh, I feel bad for him. No wonder his subscriber count's going down.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Yeah, my live streams, they don't pull in the numbers randoms do. But then again, my live streams are pretty terrible, so.
Mine too. Oh, my streams are terrible.
Terrible.
Same with randoms.
Just true.
Random is super modern, super streamer.
You know, that'd be cool if you had two separate fill capacities in there and you could put down two products at once.
Yeah, but would you be able to empty them at the same time? I mean, look at the Wilson trailer.
Well, no, but if you got that Wilson tender trailer, you could load it into each compartment.
But I'm saying, like, if it acted like that Wilson grain trailer, where it would only empty one at a time, it wouldn't really work. You know?
Yeah, but couldn't it be scripted like a planter that seeds and does fertilizer? Couldn't it do lime and fertilizer at the same time?
Oh, I'm sure it could, but I'm sure the planter has that's part of like the specialization of the vehicle type. I don't know. I haven't really messed around with it, but I'm sure it's possible. Jake, OFG wants me to ban you. He wants me to put the ban hammer. It's gonna.
Yeah, he's just an annoying. He's just an annoying
entice
little
Jake
kid.
to rebuttal.
What he doesn't realize is I have privileges in this channel too.
Yeah. You want me to put the hammer down?
People don't understand.
They don't know.
Nope. We're all kind of friends here, so let's. Well, you all are. I'm just an outsider.
We don't like your kind here. So Jake, this last week, I haven't been able to. After I got done planting that huge field, I was excited to get these crops to grow and do some harvesting. And I'd fast forward time, like an entire week, and nothing would grow.
Huh.
And Cole was having the same issue, but he didn't have any errors in his log. I had all these errors of like farmland and fruit description, and I was like, oh my god, what happened? I didn't touch anything. I got back from Wisconsin and now this thing's broken. Anyways, the fields, they're even more picky than they previously were. If anything's rotated in the field dimensions, it doesn't work. So I had to delete all of my fields, make new ones for what I'm farming right now, and it worked.
Nice.
This map is more sensitive than a girl on her period. It is ridiculous. Literally,
Giants?
if you turn one of the corners in your field dimensions, it doesn't work.
I really think Giants is trying to make it so they don't have to try to support 4 or 16.
Oh, they're trying, but we keep conquering these hurdles.
Who the fuck is we? Hasn't CWJ been doing most of it?
No, he's been helping a lot, but I'm doing all the legwork over here.
Yeah, he's still. The fucking oat windrow in this game is outrageous.
But just this morning, we were trying to troubleshoot what the hell's going wrong because he was having an issue. Then he took out that fast forward thing, and then his map was working. Mine wasn't working. I still had the errors. So I was like, okay, well that easy fix isn't helping. And then he's like, yeah, I heard somewhere that if your field dimensions are rotated, it doesn't work. I was like, oh, thanks Cole for mentioning that. Never would have thought. But what's weird is I tried it without any fields at all, and it still was having issues. Then I tried it without any farmlands. Then I tried it with just one farmland painted with one field. Oh my god, it was mission impossible. Literally spent probably the last 4 days trying to figure out what's wrong. Probably a solid 10 hours wasted.
There's only 10 hours in 4 days for you?
Of work. Yeah. And 4 days straight. What year is it?
2021.
So, kind of happy that I don't have to throw this thing away in the recycle bin. I thought for
It's
sure.
not over yet. You're not complete.
I,
You still may do that.
Because Cole's having an issue with his 4X, I'm having an issue with my big map, and we were pretty much convinced that Giants just killed it with this new patch. But, yep, the patches are not over. Arx cattle. Yeah, I mean, is mapping really modding? I'm not doing any vehicle modding. That's too much.
Yeah. You can just send that 4045 over here.
You already have it, don't you? When did
Yeah,
I
but not working in 19.
Did you have a 15 or 17 version, or both? Probably both.
I think I had both. No, I think I only got 17, because I think that was the only one you had it in.
No, I had it in 15
Oh, I might have had
on
both then.
Bedford County. Ah, that's working pretty good. This whole tip dropped the lime off. How do you keep engines? I thought this was set up for that.
What do you mean?
To keep the engine
Starting
running.
off.
Yeah. Automatic engine start off.
Jesus Christ. Fucking.
I guess I just shut off automatically after a while.
No.
I'm not sure. I think mine got reset at some point too somehow. So who knows?
You know, usually you're supposed to put lime on before you plant and
I
before you
know.
do tillage.
I know.
I just wasn't sure. I mean, you've been big city living for a while. I think you forgot your rustic roots.
Nope, I'm fully aware.
Well,
But we gotta
so
put
you
it down, and it disappears after the next growth stage anyway, so.
you don't
No, I
have
don't
to put
know.
it down.
Well, yeah, my yield gets destroyed.
Just go turn lime off, and then you won't have to worry about it.
True. But I don't really have a whole lot to do except
Oh,
fertilize.
everybody's gonna know about it because I'm taking screenshots of it. They'll still know when they watch the old stream.
No one watches these, so don't have to worry about it.
I do.
They need to get big square bales and round bales in this game.
Yes.
These little dinky things are half bales. Northeast Nebraska farming. Yep. This is.
All right.
This is so weird. When my GPU is like maxed out, you would think that putting a lot of the OBS work on the CPU would help, but it actually made it way worse. By having the GPU do everything, it's way easy. No more lag.
Just might have to do what everybody else does, build a stream rig.
How does that work?
It's like magic.
Because you got to record from the monitor that you're playing on, right?
Yeah, there's a little cool device that goes into the second computer called a capture card. And you output your main rig via HDMI to this capture card.
Oh. It's already way over my head. I feel like I need to have an IT guy come into my house and set that all up.
That's what big streamers do. They hire people to do that for them. They don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
I'll come set it up, but how many gigabytes of mods do you have? Because I need to make sure I got a flash drive big enough.
You probably got more than me at this point.
Well, yeah, I'm cooler than you.
True story. 2019's my year though, so look out, buddy.
You're a little further behind because you only got like 40 viewers. Random's already had one with 100.
Damn. What's the secret?
Love to know. He sucked some dick somewhere.
I don't know. I just posted a video on my Facebook page and it's an instant like 2,000 views, so.
Because
Never have shitty.
he releases mods.
Oh. I've released enough in my day.
I mean, you release that R4045, your numbers might Jesus, look at that skip.
Oh, would you calm down? Take it easy, buddy.
There's even
I'm an
planning
owner.
skips in there.
I'm an owner-operator. I don't have to listen to your critique.
You have planner skips in there too.
I don't have GPS. I planted
You
a
have
1,000
row markers.
acres freehand.
You have
There's
row
probably
markers, don't
less than 1/10 of 0.5% of skip.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
That's money down the drain.
That's skill is what that is. This
Not
is
really.
perfect. I could have hired a worker. That cost me an arm and a leg.
Or you could just pay a little bit more attention.
Yeah, I need GPS so I can do other things.
You're gonna get on farmersonly.com when you move back home?
I feel like that attracts the wrong kind of
Why?
person in that area.
Probably be better than a high maintenance one, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But I don't want a girl that's got more facial hair than I do.
It's not hard for that to happen, is it?
What are you trying to say? I'm not man enough.
I don't know. Have you been growing the beard out lately?
It's trimmed, but it's been around for a couple months.
You need to just grow a caterpillar on your face like random.
Upper lip hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. My upper lip hair isn't that thick. Like, it doesn't look good. It's not Ron Burgundy status, so
Oh,
I feel like you need to have a real thick bush up there.
I got a real thick bush somewhere else.
Your ass crack?
That too.
Too many enchiladas.
What is that? Don't mess with the Zohan. It's the biggest. It's okay. The bush. I mean, the bush. The biggest.
It's huge.
Goofed. Skipperoonie. You almost out of lime yet?
Getting there. The trailer holds 50,000 liters, so might have. I'm not sure how much is on the ground there. Maybe another.
You can't tell
Tenderful.
anymore. That's what I hate about the piles in this game.
Yeah, too bad you can't like walk up to it and it tells you how much is in there. And you can't judge by the height of it because the scales are way off.
Good job, Giant.
It was 57 degrees here today. It was amazing. Took the old
It was
vet out.
fucking -3 degrees here.
Oh my god. Windy or no wind?
No, I don't know. I didn't go outside.
Yeah.
I heard it was supposed to be cold. It said fuck that. And you're out.
Yeah, man. Gonna have to run to the old co-op and get some more.
Yeah.
Cause I don't think what's on the ground here is gonna be enough. It might. So, are you guys playing on a 1x or 4x map on your server right now?
For what map?
Random has his own server, right?
No.
No?
He's just doing it single player right now.
Oh.
On Cole's 1x map.
I wasn't sure if that was, because he turned that into a 4x now, didn't he?
Yeah, he started originally with a 1x, and that's what we have.
Yeah, that's the beta. Or alpha, or pre-beta, whatever you call it.
Yeah, and then he moved it to a 4x, which we were gonna start that, but we're kind of trying to help him get his yields figured out. Cause like the old windrow, you make it like 50 feet, and you gotta fucking bail.
Isn't that in the XML?
Yeah, but he said he changed it, and it was the same. Maybe he figured it out today. I think we figured it out.
Good.
Well, he sent me the 4x before he sent it to random because he wanted me to test why he was getting a frame drop.
Are you guys testing, what economy mode are you testing on?
Farm manager.
Well, there's economic, let me see here. There's normal, hard, easy for economic difficulty. I'm sure
Yeah.
that affects your yields and stuff as well.
Normal then. I'm pretty sure it's normal the last time I looked.
What's going on, Matt? Ethan, I have not tried multiplayer. This map has a lot of bugs to iron out and needs to get built first.
He's
Finally
doing it
added
bit-
a farm silo trigger, so I can actually unload crops here.
Why didn't you just dump? Oh wait, random's supposed to go bins aren't out yet. Wait, couldn't you just use the placeable bins?
Yeah, but these bins are in GE already, So what I did is I made a trigger, like a
Yeah.
placeable thing, and then I just have it placed in there through the items.
The only reason I was saying the
And then you
placeable
can
one.
assign farm IDs to it.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. And you can manually place, you know, if you built it custom to your location, like, you can name it, like, this is Brook Farms. And then you can assign what farm you want it, what name it is, so you can keep track. And you can't buy it or anything because it's placed through the map items XML.
Yeah.
So it's like it's part of the map already. You don't have to worry about it.
I'd have to use it.
But I think the way they have it set up where everything is kind of a placeable, and then you can have map placeholders, I think it's easier to manage because everything has its own individual XML. And then the game logs it as its own unit, and then you can assign it whatever farm purchases it, keeps that grain. And, I think it's easier to manage. Where like how it used to be, if you were to dump in a farm silo, it would be kind of a global thing.
Yeah.
And you can unload it from everywhere. Have I tested multiplayer? No. A little premature.
Yeah, he's holding out on me.
I don't know, I might be ready to go in 4 or 5 years.
Fuck the map, I want the sprayer.
I think I might try to do the new textures on this thing. Start with the wheels and the tracks, see how that goes.
The wheels will be a lot easier because there's not much moving parts to separate.
Yeah, and they'll have the most notable effect visually. And then the chrome spreader box, that'd look pretty badass, I think. Well, turns out one semi-load is enough for this field. Might have to put some back on that trailer and move to a different field here. Why don't I play with shaders? Because my graphics card can't handle it.
Graphic card, bitch.
But tomorrow that will all change.
Why?
It's coming tomorrow.
Oh, shorter.
a new GPU.
The RTX.
Yep.
Cole said he's heard bad things about those.
Well, I will either confirm or deny those. The one I got was pretty highly rated, so.
Hopefully
still-
deny.
Huh? Yeah.
I said,
Well, I think a lot of the features of those new cards, a lot of the games can't take advantage of it yet. Because the 2070 I'm getting is like 10% or like 20% better than a 1070 Ti. But it's 150 bucks more. So the cost for your performance improvement is pretty poor right now. But you need to wait for games to kind of update, and then they'll update shaders or drivers.
do you really think Giants is gonna?
No, but Nvidia will come out with updated drivers for the new cards, so I think the performance difference only increase. Alright, so I gotta go find my semi here and I'd love to play with shaders, that looks amazing.
It's okay.
Doesn't do much.
The game looks really cool with it, so.
Adding the blur is kind of cool.
For a picture, but you don't want to play with it.
I'd play with it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Like the shadows under the wheels and stuff, looks really good.
It gives it more of a not so great like farm sim are good for doing.
So that only costs like $6 grand in lime to do this whole field. It's great. Oh, there's a ton of them around still. It's like 8,000 liters right there already. Now another nice mod to have would be follow me.
Mm,
We could do a caravan to the next field tier.
I know something cheaper than follow me.
Lobbying so hard.
Hey, it's worth a shot.
Shoot your shot.
Me.
I know.
Things
I know what you're getting at.
things weird in game anyway, so just make sure your map has edges on it.
It has borders, but I don't think they're rigid. Maybe they are. It's got 4 kilometers of borders on either end.
Perfect. So I can't drive off the map. You're set.
Say, can we ramp over it?
Hmm?
Terraform and ramp over, make a ramp to jump it?
Challenge accepted. Get some rocket engines. Long jump. Why is there 2 things? Fruit types 1, fruit types 2.
It's something with your map.
Is it?
Yep. Because Coles has it too.
Of course.
Actually, I think quite a few maps have that actually.
I think that's the only one I'm gonna do.
Hey,
one.
Maverick.
Is there any weeds anywhere? There are no weeds. Fertilized. I need to finish up field 2 and 5. Need a liquid fertilizer tender trailer.
If you're gonna do that, make it have 2 separate capacities, like the front tank's got 1.
Yeah. We used, there was a silver one and then there was that shitty flatbed one.
The shitty flatbed one, if you made new tanks, would probably be better, because you could make the front tank technically hold herbicide, the back tank could hold fertilizer, so then every time you drop the totes from your machine, you could reload it back into the trailer, so then you would never have to worry about hauling totes around.
Yeah. I think that might be my project tomorrow, is converting that trailer.
I gotta
I worked on Monday, so I get tomorrow off. This thing always glitches out when you try to... Whoa, that corn grew. I can't spray that now, can I? It's like... Maybe I can. What happens if I drive over it? Anything? Seems good. Do they have Hagi in Europe?
I don't think so. He just needs to get a really good model.
Well, they have Hardy. That's not in Europe, is it?
I don't know about that.
You could do a Miller. That's pretty much the New Holland.
Yep. I wish they'd bring the New Holland one back. I know Jake doesn't like it.
Jake doesn't like it?
No, he doesn't. Thinks the booms are ugly or something. I don't.
The Hardy's pretty decent. Too bad it doesn't have wheel options, does it? It's just the rope
Nope.
prop.
Yeah, it'd be
Slap
thought
some
about
big
wheel
floaters on
options.
there and
exactly.
wow, this game is running so much better with whatever I did in OBS there. No lag at all.
Tested all three maps, and the bean yield is pretty close to the same, huh? 17. I don't know. I feel like 17, if I would have made a half a round around this field, we would have been full.
I feel like Giants' yields have improved. Like,
Really?
right? Don't you think they've gotten a little bit more down to earth? In 13, I mean,
No,
it was like
wheat-
700 bushel.
Wheat's still outrageous.
Is it?
Yeah.
But corn and beans seems to be okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm comparing it to, is the wheat is so outrageous, and the beans are more down to earth, so it just feels like the beans are lacking in yield.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's true. Fertilizer does do a lot of stuff, guys. It's only 50%. I got you.
Plowing,
that does.
fertilizer, lime, weeds.
Fertilizer don't even really do that much in this game either.
There's a lot you have to do to keep your yields.
I mean, it's not 50% complete fertilizer though. Or it's not, if you only fertilize 50%, it's not 50% of your yield.
Yeah. You only get what, like a 5%?
Not even. I think it was like 1,100 bushels on one pass on field 8 that I think I came up with. But that's one pass is 1,000. So I mean, it'll add up, but it ain't a half.
So, what are we doing here? We're doing fertilizer. Okay.
I mean, mod. Bill.
Fertilizer. 2, 4, 6, 8. Good enough. Gilter, yeah, the tires, you can change the tires on this thing. I kind of want to go back to floaters, but it's too late in the game for that. I'm surprised they even added herbicide. Really?
What?
It's giants. What about pesticide? Fungicide? Yeah, soil mod was good. I missed the MR component with combines when...
You.
Huh?
You.
You?
Yeah.
You didn't like MR?
No.
Why not? You could actually script in threshing area in the size of your combine, horsepower mattered, and if you were taking in too much crop, you'd lose some yield.
Yeah, and slow me down.
Well, I miss it.
Yeah, no. You miss a lot of shitty mods.
Was that a fart?
No, my chair moving.
Moisture. I never really understood how they did the soil moisture. It should have been a crop moisture, but
Yeah, that whole soil moisture thing was the fucky part of the whole mod. Nobody goes out and just sprays straight water.
well, unless you had a pivot.
Yeah, but they don't have a pivot. They don't make a pivot that works.
Yeah, not in this, not in 19, not yet.
It really never worked in 17, at least on multiplayer.
Oh yeah, I never used it on multiplayer. It was always kind of glitchy.
Yeah, Mr. Too good for everybody.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you never wanted to play multiplayer.
I never really played a lot. I took like 6-7 months off there.
I know your stream this morning was a half hour.
Well, it was laggy, and now it's fixed. So now I have to go back and redo some settings here because I thought it was the game, but it wasn't the game. I was getting like 45 FPS. Then when I hit record, it would go down to like 20, and it would glitch. I couldn't even play. But I think a lot of that is resolved now because it's running smooth, hot knife through butter. All I need now is GPS and be all set. So I made so many like help threads on Giants forums and I've never received a single reply. Ever. Worthless. If you have an issue with this game, you gotta do it yourself. Figure it out yourself. Something here needs to get repaired. Must be the tractor part. Yeah, the original author of GPS, he's with Cattle and Crops, but this new guy is trying to reinvent the wheel here instead of just converting it over. Wasting a ton of fertilizer here.
go back to skipping like you were before.
It's so hard. One, it's so hard to see the difference.
I usually just bring up the menu.
Oh,
Usually
the map.
Yeah.
I think I'm doing all right. Yep. So far, so good. I think I'm overlapping too much, though. That's the problem.
Better to overlap than to skip.
Yeah. It's probably better if you had 10% skip versus 10% overlap. You're probably coming out ahead if you do a 10% skip. Because your yield's not improving that much, and this stuff is not cheap.
It's really not that expensive either.
Yeah, tram lines would help. You don't want tram lines. That's the point of using the tracks. You don't get any crop destruction. Just pick a line here in the crops. Shit, I'm out.
Well, we can only set 2. Why can't we? Oh, 3. Back up, guys. We're doing 3. We took 3 instead.
You're in the wrong channel if you're saying that.
No, I'm talking to stream.
Oh.
It'd be a nice feature to have the ability to hire like a co-op to come spray your fields. That used to be a mod, didn't it? There was one where it would sell your crops from your silos for like a fee.
I don't remember that mod.
It's in 15 or 17. Hi from Texas. God bless Texas. missing right over here. I don't know how that happened. Good enough. I'm gonna finish two. I don't think my fruit destruction's set up quite right on these tracks.
What is that?
They bend like sideways. It's really weird.
I think I've noticed in-game stuff doing that too.
Yeah, I'm driving straight and then they're bending to the right. It's like, okay. So I'm tempted to like buy a bunch of seed or totes and store them in the shed, but I'm not sure how good that forklift would be with pallets.
Shitty.
Is it?
Mhm.
That's a bummer.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't lift for anything.
You're better off using a skid steer.
Skid loader with pallet forks works
Yep.
pretty good.
Mhm.
Probably the tracked one too, unless they fixed it. I don't know if the last patch.
Tracked one.
Okay.
Last time I used that track thing, it was super glitchy. Maybe they fixed that in the patch. I haven't used it since. But I bought that telehandler, so I'd probably use that. But then you need something to load, and then you need to have something to unload back. So you really need two things. Unless there's an auto load script. Grant, I used to live in Wisconsin, and I don't at the moment. Maybe this year though I'll get back there.
For what?
To Wisconsin.
Oh,
Shooting for end of March, early April.
you don't want to try to. Well, I guess that'd still give you time to find a Valentine's in for the city you're in.
I'm so not
Maybe
looking
if
for a
I should.
Valentine.
Why? Maybe she'll want to move back to the country life with you.
Maybe I should download Farmers Only app out here, huh?
Probably should.
See what
I
happens.
don't know. Give it a shot.
Farmers Only.
I'm sure you've been on Tinder.
Although I think being within 40 miles of the Twin Cities of Minneapolis, St. Paul is pretty prime.
Oh fuck
territory.
yeah! Thanks for telling me.
What?
Well, because if I go to the fucking cities, it's just an extra 40 miles to go hang out with you.
Yeah, it's right there.
I'm gonna have to come visit.
I don't
Either that
have a
or-
house yet, but if I did buy a house, it'd probably be closer to Hudson.
Either that or tell you to fucking go to the cities and then we go to Dick's Last Resort at the Mall of America.
In Bloomington? Or
Yep.
wherever the hell it is these days. Have you ever been to that water park of America?
Yeah.
It's so small. Compared to like a legit outdoor water park, like Wisconsin Dells or something. I remember when we were kind of littler kids, I went there with one of my friends I played hockey with and his dad. And we were up on the third or fourth floor or whatever there at the Mall of America. Wherever the Victoria's Secret is. And I didn't want to go in, and he's like, let's go in. So we're in, and he's like looking at all this shit. And the lady that works there is like, can I help you? You know, we're probably like 12. And this asshole is like, yeah, I'm looking for something for my mom. Oh, God. John Colrish. In Victoria's Secret looking for something for his mom. He got kicked out. And then he was dropping pennies off the top of that floor to people below. So he's a troublemaker. I'd like to go to some Twins game and Viking game in the new stadiums. Have some brats, some beers. Jake, how far of a drive to Twin Cities is for you? Jake!
4 to 5 hours.
Oh, wow. That's like how long it takes me to get to Madison. That's a hike. Where's...
Oh yeah, 4 hours. But the way I drive, it'd probably be less than that.
That's not too bad.
No.
I don't know. So my plans for this year is to buy that practice and buy a house. Those are my goals for 19.
And make baby.
And what?
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 Huh? I'm not stupid.
Nobody said you were stupid. You don't want babies?
I can't afford babies.
Whatever.
I'm a kid myself still.
Moneybags LBJ. You're a kid still, really.
Yeah, we're still kids, Jake.
We're pushing fucking 30.
We're
Getting
not
into
30
fucking
yet.
Yeah, you're still kids.
We're not there. We got a good 2 years.
Solid year and a half.
I got 2 days before I'm 40. You're
Not
not
even.
You're not old.
We only got
Whatever.
like 3. I got a year and 3 months.
Well, that's right. Yours is before mine.
I got it.
Fuck yeah. Your bitch ass getting older than me.
Yeah. Why would we want to come to Minneapolis? Good question. I'm pretty sure St. Paul's where it's at.
Dick's Last Resort in the Mall of America.
Got some good
Pretty
titty bars.
Well, no, it's
The
not a
Voo.
titty bar, but it's a restaurant where they put like paper bags on top of your head and the servers write like really obscene things on them.
Yeah, we went to one out here,
Mm-hmm.
and the old X was really offended. Everyone else thought it was hilarious.
I'm sure you were laughing your ass off too.
They made her a hat that said, "I'm the reason why men drink."
It's kind of true.
Yeah.
Joseph.
Yeah. True story. My dad's got gray hair, and they just like wrote Grandpa on his. Did like 4 eyes on my sister or something. They weren't too bad. But if you like, if they can sense that you're offended and not enjoying it, then they become real dicks.
Oh yeah.
It's like she wasn't having fun, and then she wanted more water, and they're like, "Get it yourself." Oh, it's just salt on the wound.
Did you bust out laughing?
Huh?
Did you bust out laughing when they said that?
Oh, all of us were laughing except her.
That makes it even better.
Yeah. Unless you're a total sensitive little. Yeah, we're little kids. Dusty, how old are you?
39.
Really?
Yeah. I'll be. My birthday is on Thursday, so. Hitting that
It's gonna be the big
damn
4-0
4-0
here.
number. It's the new 30, though. What everybody tells me.
There's gonna be a big 4-0 post on his page too.
I'm sure.
Oh, trust me.
Oh,
I'll call him up something good.
When do you start feeling old? At like 35?
When Dusty's got to take a Viagra to keep from rolling out of bed at night.
Never had that problem yet.
Oh man. Minnesota is kind of boring. Shit, you're doing it wrong. Trust me.
Yeah. If I could get my wife to move back up there, I'd be moving there in a heartbeat.
If you're not driving a golf cart off of a dirt bike ramp full of beer, you're doing it wrong. That's pretty much, well, that's Wisconsin, so Minnesota, yeah. Maybe Minnesota's boring. Nice thing about Midwest is you have great roads and not a lot of traffic and not a lot of cops. So
that's
Jake,
not
when you have a shitty driver, do you say they're from Minnesota as well?
No, I say they're from Iowa.
Oh.
You know what Iowa stands for, right?
What's that?
Idiots out wandering around.
True. Illinois is pretty terrible. We used to have neighbors that would come up from Illinois. Oh my god. Clueless. I watched this guy try to back up a boat trailer. It was a 3-hour ordeal. And then they'd always bring their dog up, and this dog was like super vicious. Cheeseheads? Yeah. In New Richmond, there's a bar with a drive-through. Talk about irony. Technically, it's a liquor store, not a bar. So, I'm gonna have to make a decision here. Do I go back and fill up the sprayer? Do I call it a day and convert that tender trailer?
Why don't you model up new tanks for said tender trailer?
It's a lot of work.
Maybe Grant do it. We were talking about this the other day.
I have no energy to model and texture and that kind of shit anymore.
I was throwing that idea out, and Random's like, I could probably make that so you could detach it off the truck, like the flatbed body, and still use the flatbed to haul bales, and then
Yeah,
attach
I
the...
think that would be pretty doable. It'd be no different than how I have this sprayer scripted.
Yeah. The only nice thing about that is, though, as long as you make it hold 2 different products, then you should be able to reload your totes in there, so then you don't have to fucking carry those goddamn totes. Because Lord knows Dusty's not very good at bringing you totes.
Wait, what?
In that old age, you know.
Or Matt fucking moves a pickup onto a fucking dock and then pisses Dylan off.
What happened?
While we were playing one night, Dylan was hauling bales with the pickup, and Dylan got out to use the tractor, and Matt stole his pickup and put it on a fucking dock to the lake.
What's the problem with that?
Dylan was in a fucking wanting to get shit done mood, not have to try to get his pickup off the dock.
Well, that's why that happened.
You need skinny tires on that thing.
On the sprayer?
Yeah.
You don't like the tracks?
No, because I don't have them in 19.
I should put on some big old floaters.
Kill your crops.
Yeah. So, I bought this thing with the tracks, and when I go to the dealership to change wheels and stuff, it doesn't cost me any money.
Yeah, because it's the higher option
It's the
of the
most
two.
expensive. That's great. Because in
Even if
17, it would always cost you $1,000 to
yeah, but
switch.
even on that 8R, if you buy it with duals, and I think you upgrade, you just have to pay the difference of the upgrade, and then it'll save it, so you can just switch back and forth.
Yeah. I'm glad they fixed that, because it used to be super expensive. To just
And have
reconfigure
to
your
change the
equipment.
wheel.
Yeah. You shouldn't have to pay to. Once you buy the expensive option, you shouldn't have to pay anything to replace. You also don't get your money back, so. Scotty? The guy that hates American vehicles and loves Toyotas?
Don't be knocking Toyotas.
Toyotas blow. The only good Toyota is the Tundra, but that thing's super expensive to fix if anything goes wrong with it.
Why do you say that?
Just the way everything is engineered in the engine, it's so compact and condensed, and if you have to replace your starter, you gotta take so it's a ton of labor
the
hours.
starter's a pain in the butt.
$200 part's gonna cost you $2,500 in labor to replace. Scotty doesn't know.
I don't know. I like mine so far. There's a few things I don't like about it.
What do you have?
A Tundra.
Oh.
Figured you for one more like the fucking small size one. Being you live in the city and all, I figured you'd have a Tacoma.
We were in Texas when I bought it, and I bought it through. We have a really good friend that is a part owner of the dealer, so he gave me their price plus something. I don't know exactly how much extra they gave off, but so I got a really good.
And it's a Toyota.
They're probably the most expensive out of all four manufacturers. I didn't look at Nissan at all, but I will say the new Nissan with the Cummins in it is kind of appealing.
Yeah, a lot of these trucks are getting little diesels in it.
But since we've moved here to Georgia, yes, I've thought about getting rid of it and either going like mid-size SUV or even like a Colorado or something like that with the diesel. So I don't want a car. I hate cars.
Why?
It's just I don't like sitting low to the ground unless I'm in like a sports car, but I'm not gonna. I can't justify a sports car as a daily driver.
Joe does.
That's why you gotta have two vehicles.
Zach. Joe does. What is your second vehicle?
It's a old Impala.
Oh, okay.
It's a 08. It's kind of nice to have a car that you can park in a parking lot in the city and you don't have to worry about it getting all beat up.
Yep.
because our parking at work, I used to have a really nice spot in a garage, covered garage, and it was an individual spot, and there were wide spaces,
Mm-hmm.
and the office paid for it. I mean, they're expensive spots; they're like $450 a month, and but the building, the parking garage, is getting torn down. We had to be out by the end of December, and then they scrambled to find new parking for us. And now we have an outdoor lot, and they're super narrow. They're probably 6 inches, less wide.
Yeah, easily door dings.
Yeah, so I can't drive the vet to work anymore. But luckily, hopefully, I'm going to be out of here in a couple months, so I don't have to worry about it. Then I can get one of those new heavy duties, a nice diesel as a company vehicle.
Oh, nice.
Better put
Big
a
dick
blade
stack.
on the front of it so you can plow your own snow.
I need to drive around and collect rent. Gotta charge myself rent. It's kind of a nice thing when you own two businesses. You have two different entities. You got a real estate division and your other business. A lot of tax advantages. Also, my office computer is going to have amazing graphics card. Taxable
Middle of the
deduction.
day, Joe's gonna be streaming. People are like, "You have an appointment?" I'm like, "They can wait."
Well, I mean, a dental office has like probably 10 computers in it minimum. So get some nice monitors, some nice hardware. Have a cloud-based software so I can write off my home office. Thanks, Yorkshire. Doesn't even feel like a new year. Feels like a Sunday. So what does bitrate do? If you go from like a 4,000 to 3,500, is that just how fast people can stream it?
Forgot
Or
how to explain it. Yeah, it's how many bits it's allowed to send at a time.
so like
Essentially, I
someone
mean-
will need a buffer, or I don't know. I'm gonna call it a day on this stream here so I can figure out some other settings because this is running